Hi everybody and welcome to today's training video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I felt that it needed to be done. I was recently in the comment section of another YouTuber that did a video over the F117, and I started viewing. There was multiple comments about the plane flies like dog shit. Anytime I go to look in the camera, the plane decides to just pitch straight up in the air and lose control. So today is going to be a quick little tutorial on proper takeoff speeds in the F117, um, how to use fly-by-wire, how to use autopilot. We'll go from there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and load up into a custom match because I don't want to show this in an actual sim battle. So we're sitting here on the runway, we're at 0% throttle, ready to take off. You know, you're gonna take off like you normally would, except you're gonna hold your speed to a certain position and then you're gonna launch out. So for this first demonstration, this is going to be our control. So there'll be no fly-by-wire controls implemented. We're just going to laugh as a P-36 flies by, but we're just going to input the throttle. We're going to fly out to a base, and we're going to try to drop bombs on it. This is going to end in a crash. So full throttle, hand on the joystick, let's get moving. You're going to notice right off rip how uncontrollable this plane is. So, good rule of thumb for this plane is keep the nose down to 200 mile an hour. Once you're at 200 mile an hour, go ahead and lift off.
AOA.
And she'll immediately try to kill you.
AOA. Critical speed. AOA. Critical speed.
Right into a flat spin. So she's just
AOA.
about uncontrollable
Speed.
on takeoff. Now, we're going to try that one more time because that was me that screwed up. So we're going to try to take off again. So once again, get to about 200 mile an hour and then just ease back. Plane will try to kill you. There's no way about it. Without fly-by-wire, this aircraft will try its damnedest to kill you. So here we go. Second attempt.
AOA.
And this time we're actually off the ground and we're having to put heavy throttle or control inputs to keep it stable. Because if we let off the controls, she wants to climb. So this becomes a problem. You know, you can force your way to fly roughly straight, but what you cannot do is you cannot access your bombs in this configuration unless you're running unguided ordnance. And then you have to get close enough to actually see the target to drop your ordnance. So we're going to continue on. We're going to keep going straight. Another thing about this plane is it is unwieldingly slow. So I personally Recommend being at 20,000 feet when you drop. Due to the limited radar signature of this aircraft, go high and bomb from orbit. Now, if need be, if you get into a situation where you absolutely have to have it, turn, once I demonstrate how the fly-by-wire system works and what it does to assist, stable flight and all that good stuff. If need be, if you get into a nasty situation, turn that off. Fly with it uncontrollable. If you can't know what your next move is, your enemy can't know what your next move is. Now, we're just going to go ahead and pick a target. We're not going to necessarily hit a base. Where I'd like to hit, a base, we're not going to do it. So just quickly, we're going to open the map. And looks like straight ahead in a valley, we've got a target. It's going to be easy enough to spot. We're high enough up. Our TAC map on our MDF screen should start showing us. There we go. We'll start seeing the enemy lines. We're at 11,000 feet, which is not low enough, or not high enough yet, to avoid detection from enemy surface-to-air contacts. We're still close enough to get a visual lock and a visual fire on a rolling system. So that's another thing to look for in ground realistic battles if you bring this thing in. You have to go high. While they can't lock on you, they can physically shoot you. So we're getting close enough, we need to actually get into the camera. And here's where things are going to go stupid. We're going to go ahead and open the camera. We're going to scroll up, scroll over, and find our base. Okay, we're gaining altitude pretty aggressively. And I think
AOA.
we just lost it.
Critical speed. AOA. Critical speed. AOA.
We get back in and we're in a flat spin.
AOA. Critical speed. AOA. AOA. Critical speed. AOA. AOA. Critical speed.
And while we can, regain control,
AOA.
normally, it'll put you in such a hard flat spin that you're not going to control it. Now, let's go ahead and leave this aircraft. And we will try those control schemes on another plane. So we're sitting here on the runway, and you'll notice on the screen here in just 3, 2, 1, stability augmentation system mode dampening. That right there is your fly-by-wire controls. That's going to make this plane bearable. Close the cockpit, and we'll slam to full throttle. What dampening mode does is your input on the control saying, I want to climb at 3 degrees, 5 degrees, whatever, on down. The moment you let off the control, the plane will hold that. The computer will tell every system in the plane, it'll tell the fly-by-wire system, we have to hold that. Right now we're at 10 degrees. I am not on the controls whatsoever. And this gives me time because for some reason, every time I activate or I replug in my joysticks, I lose controls. Thanks, War Thunder. So we're going to go back into controls and we're going to type in zoom. And it's moved my zoom button. So we're going to close that out. We're going to rebind C2X, which is what it's supposed to be naturally. We'll continue out anyways. So now we're at a 10-degree pitch. Come into the camera, turn off, all that, and all we got a view of is the water. So there's no real way yet, because we're only at 5,000 feet, to see land in the camera.
The enemy is winning. We've got to counterattack.
Unless we point down, because we forgot we're at such a pitch. So we have full control of the zoom. Everything's copacetic, good to go. We'll go back into aircraft view. So we're going to ease it down from a 15-degree pitch to a 10-degree pitch. I believe that's what we were at. Yeah. And we're going to use this to gain speed. And then we'll re-pitch up. We'll get to about 20,000 feet. And then we'll continue on. As you can see earlier, before that mode was activated, we were all over the place. Now, we're cruising. We're going to go ahead and turn on the next system, which is leveling. This is autopilot. This is, I just want to fly straight. Go ahead and shut that system off and reactivate dampening. And again, it takes us to our most recent control and holds us there. We need to get some altitude. We're going to pitch up pretty hard. We're going to bleed some speed. And then before we stall out, we're going to level back out.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
So we're going to hold a 5-degree pitch, which is not much climb at all. And we're going to go ahead and reopen our targeting camera. We're going to scroll over, and I believe it is on this island here. We're going to lock that. So now while we're in the camera, we're gonna retract to our target because I decided to rudder the wrong fucking direction. All right. So we're going to line the plane up on our target. We're going to set that, go into automatic leveling, and we are locked in. Go ahead and center off. Now, we're going to watch the distance, 35,000. We're going to go ahead and make our drops. Both bombs are free. We can turn around in RTB whenever we want. We're just going to hold and wait and see what happens. Oh. And we got a hit. Almost enough to destroy a base. base bombing isn't what this plane is designed for. Okay. We're where we need to be. Let's start looking for targets. So we're seeing AA fire scattered. Across, we got some artillery fire coming from over here. And it looks like we've got ourselves a couple bunkers. We'll go for the pillbox. That's a good hardened target to hit. Actually, you know what? We'll go for this target behind it. We're locked in. So, square off on the target as best we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to open the bomb bay and drop one. And then we're going to hold lock for as long as we can as a Allied plane comes in and blows it all to hell and ruins our shot. But we'll still be able to see the bomb impact, and we know there's a target there, so given AI screwed us on that drop, we'll still be able to see a solid impact. Then it hit. Granted, we got a pillbox in that hit, so we're gonna break that, and now we're gonna do the cheeky thing and attack their base. We're 24,000 feet up. Got a good pitch, so let's go hit what no AI targets are hitting. We know they have an airfield back there. Same as they have an airfield on any sim battle map. All we gotta do is find it. So we have our target if once we get close enough to it. We'll go ahead and activate autopilot. And we'll open things up. Now that we've activated autopilot, we're going to go ahead and adjust to get pretty much center. We're going to zoom in and reacquire our surface-to-air contact.
Closer to victory.
Okay. We're not close enough to lock the target yet, but we'll get there. We're going to zoom out. Nothing's firing at us. We're over their base. Typically, those things would be lighting us up. We're locked in. 38,000. Go ahead and open our bomb bay doors and drop. Now we sit back and watch the fireworks. This is a very decent strategy if you're planning on saturation bombing enemy airfields in air sim. Target connected. We're done. RTB. We're going to break out of autopilot and quickly reload dampening. And then we're going to run away. And for the time being, we're going to go ahead and reactivate autopilot as we run away. Just got to get far enough away from the airfield that we can start our descent. Alright, so we're coming into land. Unfortunately, the last match ended before we could get a landing done, so here we go. You gotta love these short simulator match, or air realistic matches that don't account for a slow plane. So we're coming in rather fast, so we're gonna bleed speed. Alright, that puts us about where we want to be. So we're at 260 mile an hour, and 280 I think is the gear shear. So we're going to go ahead and drop our gear. That's going to start violently shaking the aircraft. We're still going to hold 0% throttle because we're still coming in pretty good. Got about a negative 3% pitch, which is perfectly fine for what we're doing, which is looking like we're going to come in short, so we're going to kick in a little bit of throttle. For me, I like 47% because that's a good locking point for my joystick. And we're going to drop it to 20, then 0. Hold a 5% pitch. Touch our back tires. Lean down, touch our front tires, hit the brakes, hit our chute. And for some reason our chute opened late. Saying reduce speed to open chute. We're going to get to about 60 to 30 mile an hour. We're going to cut away the chute. And we're done.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Get these engines shut down real quick. Alright, so that is a little bit longer than I thought it would take, but that is the instruction on how to fly the F117 Nighthawk. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found the information helpful. And anybody who has been saying that this is just a piece of shit aircraft, well, to each their own. Yeah, it's not a great aircraft, but it has its moments. And its moment is in sim battles. This aircraft, in my opinion, is for the die-hard pilot who is up for a challenge. Now, I will say that it is difficult to track targets at 20,000 feet, but that's its safe zone.
Keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
If the game doesn't cut me off. But, yeah, no, it has its pros and cons. A near invisible RCS is the biggest pro of it. A near invisible IR signature is a big part of it. And put this plane in the hands of somebody who knows how to use it properly, and it's a threat. Might not be a big threat with only two 2,000-pound JDAMs, but it can be a nasty threat. But anyways, this is DBBMC. Hope you enjoyed the information that I have brought you, and I am signing off. Thank you for watching.
About to break down, searching for a way out.